The biggest mistake that I've ever made as a manager was not acting soon enough. So it was actually another CEO who presented on stage and said the biggest period of time, or the longest period of time, is the time from when you lose faith in somebody to when you do something about it. And there's always situations where you often like the person's good at their role but not great. And the problem is, the longer that goes, the bigger the gap, the bigger the problem. And in fact, the lens that I've slowly learnt to apply to this is it's actually not just the person, it's what would happen if it wasn't that person, but it was the right person. And over time, that gap gets broader and broader and broader. So yeah, as a manager, that's actually the hardest thing, is realizing that you've left the pitcher on the mound too long, that person, good at the role, but if you leave them out there long enough, they won't be anymore. Usually it's actually not about the technical capability, that's a component of it. It's actually more to do with the relationships and the effect that those relationships have on other people. And it builds upon it to the point where that person is severely affecting other people's experience. And that's often the situation when you actually do have to deal with the person. You're actually not doing it for them. Then there's two parts to it. One is, it's actually no good for them to stay around either. They're usually getting miserable because they're realizing this is not working and it's going the wrong direction. They try harder and harder to make it work. But for the rest of the team, because they're waiting to see if you're going to do something. And it's kind of, you work yourself up and you eventually deal with it. And then you're worried that everybody will have one opinion or out, and they come up to you and say, why did it take you so long? And it's the point where you realize you should have done this a long time ago.